What's up everyone? In this video, I will be answering the question of what is marketing and why is it very important to your business. And I will answer this with a very interesting, funny story in the dating realm. And I guarantee you this will make it very clear for you. So let's just get started. This is going to be an exaggerated example, but it will definitely bring the point home. So let's say, let's use myself as an example. I suck with women and I was very frustrated, and I was kind, I was friendly, I was nice, I did really well in school, I got a really good job that paid well, I didn't think I was that bad looking and all this other stuff, and I thought I was a pretty decent catch, but for whatever reason, each time I would talk to a girl, complete rejection or just they wouldn't feel interested. So from there, I decided to develop myself in every way. Rather than holding back, I developed every area of my life until it was near perfect. I had the most perfect chiseled body with jacked arms. I studied every little thing I could about fashion, and I knew every little thing, and I bought the best clothes that I could, and it just looked so incredible on me because I knew every little thing about fashion. I knew why the cufflinks mattered. I knew why, let's say, the high top shoes versus low top shoes work better because the high top shoes might blow out the bottoms of your dress pants and make them more billowy, which makes you look more weird. Or all these like little things that most people don't know about fashion. And I just looked amazing. And then not only did I develop the external, but I developed the internal part of me as well. So I basically became near perfect in every way. So pretty much every domain of my life has now been made perfect. That's the product. But let's just say, despite all of that being worked out, I only walked out of my house maybe once every week. And I only maybe got up the courage to talk to one girl. And let's just say maybe I had like an online dating profile, but the profile was pretty much lackluster. It was semi-lackluster, which pretty much means, you know, I have a bunch of pictures, but I just throw up a few words on there. And it looks alright, but it definitely doesn't depict all the incredible stuff I've done to develop every single possible area of my life to make it near perfect. My finances are in order. I'm highly skilled and world-class at a number of activities. Let's just say I also became a world-class chess player. I invented something that made me millions of dollars and made me financially stable, and yada yada yada. So the product is this near perfect person who's really good in pretty much every domain possible, or at least a lot of domains. The marketing in this case is really bad. This is why marketing is important, because you could have the best thing on earth, but if you're stuck in your house playing video games and maybe once a week you go out and you don't even work up the courage. Let's say I don't even work up the courage to talk to a girl, and if I do talk to that girl, I have a very tough time communicating all this stuff. Let's just say all I say is hi, or can I get your number? And then I leave if she says no. There's a failure to communicate all those things that I've accomplished. And I think this is something that not just in business, but in terms of your professional career, is something that you need to understand. And it took me a while to understand this as well. Communicating that through is really important. You can easily fall into this trap of, oh, I worked so hard, I did all this stuff. They should just see it. They should just know. It's just not fair. It's easy to say those things, but that's a very victim or complaining mentality, and arguably in certain ways it isn't fair. But at the same time, you have to realize, how on earth would this person know? How would this girl possibly know that you are the best? Because quite honestly, you haven't told them. And if you just walk up to them, let's just say I walked up to a girl, they would see maybe the physical parts. Maybe they would see that I have the perfect body and really good fashion, perfect fashion. But that might not be enough. they might assume that I'm like every other person, every other Asian person who looks just like that, not aware of all the other domains that have worked so hard to improve above the average person, because it is not communicated to them. If I just go up and say hi and then leave, all that level of social skills, charismatic skills, confidence, all the stuff that I've developed in terms of willpower. Let's say I became a very adventurous person who traveled to 200 countries in the world. That's a lot of interesting worldview pictures that I have not been able to communicate or show that I'm better than all the other guys, or at least different than all the other guys out there, because I have failed to market and communicate that. So marketing, whether for a business or for a person, it can be a sense of communicating to the world what you are and getting people to know who you are. It's one of those elements where if you don't leverage it, and you are in fact much better than everyone else, if you don't communicate that through, people are much more inclined to just assume that you're not. Especially with someone who's like for example, busy with their life, which most people are, busy with whatever they're doing in an ADHD world where they have all this stimuli and they can easily get distracted. It's much easier for them to assume that you are just like everyone else rather than to give you the benefit of the doubt. If this person is being approached by hundreds of guys every month, it's much easier, and she will assume that you're just like every other guy if you don't take the time to show that you are not. And so in the same way, if you have a product for your business, it's much easier for a customer to just assume, oh, he's probably not like every other product out there, if you don't communicate that difference. Why would they take the time and say, you know what, I've been bombarded with 50 advertisements today selling different types of pretty much the same type of hair sanitizing product. Why is yours any different? They're not going to take even a second of their time to say, you know what, I'm going to give this one product out of the other 50 that I've just seen that all look the same, that are all commoditized. I'm going to assume that I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's something else behind there. No, they're probably going to be like, I'm busy. I got all this stuff to look at on YouTube and Twitter, and it's an ADHD world, so they're just going to say like, just like everything else, next. You have very little time sometimes to communicate everything, and you don't have to. But if you can just communicate some of the big points initially and succinctly and concisely, it'll push you out of the crowd. And I think in the real world, in reality, you don't have a near perfect product. You don't have a near perfect body and social skills and confidence and willpower and conscientiousness and all these characteristics that are attractive to the female. In reality, especially for businesses, it seems like a lot of people think their product is really great when it kind of sucks. And it is like every other product out there. And they get this heightened sense of how better they are than everyone else when their product sucks. And their marketing also sucks. And so if you have incredible marketing, but a mediocre or average product, it'll kind of push your results up slightly. But my theory is that if you have incredible amounts of both, where the marketing is great, you can communicate how awesome you are, and then the product is just incredible, you actually have something that just blows your mind and delivers. Whether it's you as a person in the dating realm and you actually are really funny and interesting and you're a great person to be around and you're attractive in pretty much every field and you're interesting to talk to and whatever else, then you deliver. So think about that. Have you ever heard the saying, I can sell ice to an Eskimo? I think that's a saying, it's pretty much saying that I can sell a really crappy product using all sorts of manipulative sales tactics. And while that might speak to your level of sales skills, you might want to consider thinking on a higher level in terms of being a business owner or someone like Steve Jobs, rather than that guy who can sell anything to anyone, and he doesn't care if it's the crappiest fax machine or lawnmower or vacuum cleaner in the world. Who do you think will be remembered in the long run, and who do you think will make more money? It's Steve Jobs, because he has innovative, amazing products that take care of the customer and actually deliver. People actually want the iPhone. You're not manipulatively trying to force something down their throat. People actually want something that delivers. I'm recording this on an iPhone because it's incredibly useful. So if the product is so incredible that it sells itself, and then you pair that with incredible marketing, and you keep innovating on that product and making it better so you don't get complacent, you'll stay ahead, and you will make a lot more money and make a lot more impact. You don't want to be the guy who's selling ice to Eskimos. Do you know any millionaires, let alone billionaires, who've made money from selling ice to Eskimos? No, because they don't need more ice. You're pretty much a scam artist. Why not just be a little bit more creative and sell ice cold drinking water to thirsty, parched people in the desert? It takes the same amount of effort, and you're definitely going to make a lot more sales. So think smarter, not just work harder. And that really, I guess excites me or pushes me, because I hear that phrase all the time. I can sell ice to Eskimos. It's like, why? And I think, honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't even care, because that leaves your competitors to sell stuff and have to put in a Herculean amount of effort to get the same result. And you can just move over slightly and get the same results with a fraction of the effort, or get even greater results with the same effort. So keep that in mind. And the point of this again is that's marketing for you. And I think Joe Polish said it best. He said that marketing is when you get people to you in person, and then sales is when they are in person. That's when you kind of communicate what's going on. And I think a lot of people have a negative image of marketing or sales because of what I've just described. The car salesman, selling stuff or using tactics to trick you. But if you look at it from a broader sense, if you make that product over deliver, then it's not about tricking people. It's about communicating why this will be the best purchase of their life, and delivering on that so they return time and time again because it was the best purchase of their life. And I think this is something that a lot of people get wrong because of their biases or perception, and they believe that their product is much better than they think it is. Oh, I'm such a gentleman, I'm such an amazing person, how could they not love me? Or why? I don't get it. My product is so great. I have this incredible ice cream scoop that can turn into an Xbox controller. It's like, no one wants this stuff. Or I have this new type of lotion that is 10% more clean for your hands. Why aren't people banging down my door? It's such an amazing product. You don't want to be that guy who's deluded by thinking their product's more amazing than it is. And that's also a bit of a skill that Steve Jobs was really good at. He was able to differentiate and decide and figure out what product is actually worth people's time and worth people willing to pay for it, and then doing it. So go ahead and use this in any domain of your life, because it really can. It's not just with business, it's also with maybe your personal life, your professional life, or it can be just something that spans your business life. Thanks for watching. See you later.